Elias here, checking out Frazzle64's Super Mario Bros. 1 World, now that he's remade some of the levels. You can look through this, having played all the stages once through, twice through in the case of the older ones. I just want to talk about and look at the design, some of the choices, that sort of thing. This is stage 1-1, Goom Grass Fields. Very basic stages, Goombas, blocks, holes. I will mention that, having gone through this, Frazzle does an excellent job of really only adding like 1 or 2 mechanics per stage, so that the game slowly builds up, much like an original Mario game. Also this, for those who have played some super expert or expert stages, this just feels like death waiting to kill you. Checkpoint. I'll come back to that. I mentioned this in his original videos, but I do like how in the background of the walls here, it's not just plain solid bricks. There's other types of bricks, there's the question marks. It kind of gives a little bit of a flavor and texture to the wall. So that it's more than just wall. It's wall with personality. Gives you something to, look at, to make it feel like it wasn't just slapped together real quick. There's the third red coin. You'll notice the key knocked away. The red door does, or the red coins do not do anything besides function as a sort of way for the player to test themselves. So, the keys will always knock away, but that's okay. We know we did it. The red symbol is gone. Red coin symbol is gone. And that gets us through stage 1-1. Reasonable first stage. As you can see from that world record, it is very speedrunnable as well, which is an added benefit to these early stages, and to be honest, a lot of these stages are very speedrunnable. Let's continue onward to 1-2 Kupa Brick Tunnel. This one, as you might imagine, we're adding a tunnel, so kind of a darker interior area. And Koopas. In SMB 1, since you can't throw Koopas, I won't say they have a more limited usage than in standard Mario Bros. But it's not quite the same. Can't pick them up and throw them, so you've got to really be alert of where they go. Especially since those green ones will change platform heights on you, and that can be a problem. Let's get big again. Here's our first coin of the stage. You do need a bit of a running push to get them to go far enough, like so. I remember that gave me a lot of trouble when I originally went through these stages. Wouldn't think it would, but yeah. Need that good push. Check these pipes. No. Moving on. Notice the sides of the walls up here, as well as in the subworld, kind of have that flavor that I talked about in the last stage. So keeping that policy up, always nice. I guess we're going back underground. I feel like I missed one of the coins. I really strongly feel like I missed one of the coins. This pipe, you can tell you can go into because it goes through the ceiling. And I do like it when something like that is choreographed or telegraphed in a appropriate way. Not just a let's lower the difficulty way, but a way that makes sense. Or that feels true to the original Super Mario Bros. Policies and philosophies. I mean, that's a lot of what you miss in Mario Maker stages, is that sort of Mario level quality assurance. That sort of check that things are reasonable. Here's the end of the stage, so we did miss a red coin in this one. I believe I got it my original time through. In fact, I know I did. So let's actually hop back in and grab that, because I do want to show where all of those are. Alright, so there's a proper clear of 1-2 with all the coins. Excellently hidden second coin. A little tricky if you're big there, but you know, sometimes you want to get all the secrets, you gotta have certain power-ups or a lack of certain power-ups. 1-3, Paratrupa Puff Stools. I don't know why I have trouble saying that title, but I really do. Not just because of the weird glitching that was on my screen. Okay, that doesn't lead anywhere. Ah yes, this. It hints to you about crossing mushrooms with the Kupa, and then it sticks those two just out of sight. As you might guess, this does lead to one of the red coins. Hop across. Block for a flower. Gladly take it. I'm feeling I shouldn't have killed that red Kupa. Oh good, he came back. This is gonna be tricky, and I may die on this. So let's see. Nope, made it. Oh, it's just a 1-up. I really was expecting a vine there with as difficult as that jump was. That's okay. We're gonna have little lifts now too. There's the second coin. Nope. We learned what to do. Oh, I got it anyway, okay. Well, there's that in case you didn't get a lucky Kupa bounce. Hop, hop. Oh, the crazy person in me really wants to leap of faith some of these jumps. Like this, oh, well, I'm at the end of the stage. Probably not this one. Back up to the main world. Very conspicuous mushroom top here. We'll come up here. There's my third and final red coin. Just a matter of finishing the stage now. Boop. Wonder if there's something up there. Doesn't look like it. Looks like that one's just decoration. And that gets us through stage 1-3. Another stage, definitely ramping up the difficulty here a little bit. Lots of open air, chances to miss jumps and plummet to your death. It does an excellent job of really adding some danger that we haven't seen a ton of thus far. But, you know, I mean, look at all that dead space and places you can fall. So, a stage that really does caution you to be a little more careful with where you're running, what you're doing, which is a good thing, I think. Definitely could use more stages like that. This leads us to 1-4 Bowser's Molten Moat. I don't get the food pun in this, to be honest. All the others have had kind of I would call it a food pun. The toadstools, okay, maybe not. I don't know, it feels like there should be a food pun in there somewhere, like a malt joke. Alright, so stage 1-4 here. You'll notice the castle stage following SMB1's castle every fourth stage policy. But notice that we had a 1-5 through 1-8, so we'll have to see what that means in the future. Get up there. Minor design features here, really nice, connecting some of these same heighted platforms with bridges is nice. The fact that every Paraboo has a pair of coins that telegraphs its position, as well as its height, is just such a, I won't say clever necessarily, but a very fair and kind decision. And I really do appreciate that and approve of that. It saves this from being just a random fest if you're running through. Really adds to the speedrunnability of it without grinding up the stage. You'll see we've got lots of Paraboos in this section. I do like the Paraboos on the tracks there. Uh-oh, these have spawned oddly now. Let's back up and respawn them. Alright, that should be good. Oh crap. There we go. Now they're spawned nicely. I don't have to use the dry bones to get up there. I could do a nice running jump, but I mean, if the dry bones are going to be here anyway, why not? Risky red coins again. That one involving a somewhat scary jump. This one involving also a scary jump. That gives us the 3 red coins. Stage is fair. It's not doing anything unkind. It's not being super ultra dangerous. Stage is quiet. You hear Bowser's fire, and there's the boss. It's a Bowser. One fight. Hit the flag. Boop. Slightly more challenging with the bricks there, but not hugely so. 1-4 clear, and that would end the first world in a standard Mario 1 game. Since this is not a standard Mario 1 game, though, we still have 4 more stages to go. But that was a nice introductory to Stage 1-4, although it does leave you wondering what's going to happen at the end of 1-8, till you read the title and you probably got a clue. But let's continue. 1-5, Cheep Cheep Lake. And oh goodness, this one. Cheep Cheep is right. The stage has Cheep Cheeps. Spoiler. It has out-of-water Cheep Cheeps. I'm not a fan of Cheep Cheeps out of water. I don't know, it just thematically doesn't make a ton of sense. The other Mario stages were the original Mario stages were very, I won't say rare about using them, but didn't do it a lot. I don't know, those stages were never my favorite. They felt too RNG based. Now the ones here in Mario Maker are a little better because the fish always 1, 2, jump, 1, 2, jump. Come on, fishy. 1, 2, jump. 1, 2, jump. And thus you can predict their movement patterns, but I don't know, still rubs me a little the wrong way. Also, this is clever, using the mushrooms, multiple ones stacked up together to make it like a little tree. Put some vines back there so you can climb it. It's very clever, especially in conjunction with something we're going to see in a minute. No red coins in this first section. Okay, let's go underground. Or no, underwater, even better. Also, underwater stage. Should not be surprised with a cheap lake stage. I don't like underwater stages. A lot of people don't. You're artificially slow in them. It kind of changes up the pace of the game. It's like a Sonic game with a water level. It moves from being a gotta go faster stage to a gotta go slow. I mean, a good one's not a horrible pace breaker. A good one can actually be a refreshing change of pace. And this one's not too bad. I mean, I'm going at a pretty decent clip. With SMB 1, you can do some of the nice tricks like give the player something to hold on to speed them up. But you can't control how long it is and how many maze-esque sections you give them to go through. This one's been pretty straightforward. A little bit of fish spam here. Is that a 1-up or a mushroom? It's a mushroom. Okay, going up. We've got 2 coins. That's an obvious something to hit. 1, 2, hop. Doing. It's a 1-up. 3. That's a red coin. No, we don't need the fish to get this one, actually. Although the fish does make it easier, in my opinion. And something I haven't commented on is this. All of the stages so far have had some sort of a post-stage, some sort of post-flagpole design elements, some creative-looking after the stage ends stuff. A tree, a platform. Let's actually scroll back. Here you got some mushrooms. This one doesn't actually have anything. I guess I'm thinking more of some of the later stages, maybe. But the fact that you don't just stop the stage at the flagpole, that Frazzle keeps going and makes it feel like a world that just has this is how far I want to get into it, is a nice organic feel, I think, to it. Speaking of organic, 1/6 is Piranha Plant Park. We have piranhas. I don't quite have a proper reason for the park half of it, being the word park instead of some other word. First red coin, utilizing the shell kicks again. The stage is nice about having the floor have breaking heights, so shells that are kicked do not necessarily come back and bite you in the face. Small quality of quality of life choice that I appreciate. Hop up here. Yeah, at this point, after the last stage, it's kind of expecting you to know, you can get up here. You should get up here. And that's fine. I could go through here, but... And this is what I missed, and I've already hit some of these coins. So it's kind of hard to see, but there's actually a hint in here to hit there. This is without a doubt, from my memory, the hardest red coin to find in World 1. I remember struggling with it for quite a... I didn't find it fairly. I ended up going, looking at the preview image before the stage starts, and finding it there, and being like, oh, there's a block up in the sky there. I bet there's a vine somewhere. Noticed it was above that pit of piranhas, and then I found it. I saw the little pattern in the coins. I was like, oh. Which leads me to a point that I was going to make, which is your, this is true for any maker, but I think Frazzle does it well, is your preview image, assuming that the player is not playing it on 100 Man Mario, but is playing it on just picking a stage. Uh, that can be a big boon for your stage, or it can be a big deficit, depending on how you utilize it, whether or not you give too much away, or want to give stuff away in it. It's important to do it right. So I'll kind of illustrate what I mean, or what I was talking about. I'm going to finish this stage, which I think we are done with now. Yep. This stage, I went through it pretty quick this time, but I've had some ugly runs in this one, with the piranha plants just popping out of places you don't expect. This one can really get to you a little bit. Now what I was mentioning about the red coin is, I went through the stage, didn't find the red coin, went through a second time, didn't find the red coin, and then I started looking up here at the preview image, and I was like, wait, what are these clouds up here? I haven't been here, and I saw this block, and then I kind of traced it down. I was like, oh, it's above this set of piranha plants that I can kill with the turtle. There's even a little gap in the coins here, and kind of a top coin here. I was like, I bet that's where I need to be. And lo and behold, that was indeed where you needed to be. So, being aware of these images definitely can be a hint sometimes. They also prove to be such in 1.7, Goomba Boot Camp, which, before I jump into this one, I like the design on this one, how these things, even though when we're in the stage they're not going to look quite like this, they look very, very much like little towers here, which I think is a wonderful touch, especially this big giant one that leads you to the subworld. Also, though, notice, however, there's stuff on all four of them, and this one kind of has a discoloration, which means there's a red coin on this one. This one seems to have like a little gap. This is just a bunch of coins. This looks like a bunch of blocks. So, knowing this, I know to look for a red coin up here. This is another one that I had a little hard time finding the first time. Ended up getting to it eventually. I think because I saw it in the stage preview again. So, something to watch out for. Definitely use your resources as efficiently as possible, and the stage preview can be one of those if you so choose. So yes, Goomba Boot Camp. It's about Goombas with boots at camp. I think that's just a pun on boot camp. As I mentioned, up here is a red coin above this second tower. I believe one of the changes was adding those coins on the side there. Notice there are no coins on the side here, but there are on this one. And if you hop up here and get this, and happen to move sideways a little bit, you'll scroll up here above the default screen height. So that is a highly appreciated bonus. That's gonna make that would have made that a lot easier. Whee! Or not. I guess it's kind of muffled in the boot. Do be aware if we need a Kupa, we will need to. Jeez, Lanky Mario, you're so weird. If we do need to use a Kupa to break a block or something, we will have to hop out of the shoe. Let's get rid of you. Nothing in here, which implies for us to go up. There we go. That's better. These coins up here, I think, also could be a hint towards maybe looking on top of the towers for things. Easy to miss. Good to explore. Oh, leave me alone. You're gonna come after me. Alright, I can go up or down. I can only go down with the boot or taking some damage. Here's another coin. Again, power-up test. Perfectly fine thing to do for red coins. I actually really like it when they have sort of a power check like that. Especially if it's an inverted one where you have to be smaller or weaker. That way you have to prioritize survival versus collection. Now, we didn't get a whole lot in this section. I feel like I might have missed a coin. Let's continue onward and see. Actually, I'm 100% sure I missed a coin because there's nothing else in this stage after this. Oh, I was wrong. There it is. Right by the flagpole. that gets us through 1-7. That's Kupa Boot. I really like this one. It's a nice introduction to the boots. Also, kind of subtly, an introduction to the spikes, which I'm sure we'll see more of as we progress, without making them too dangerous because you have the boot all the time. Last up, we have 1-8 Junior's Bullet Fire Fleet. Kind of an SMB 3 style. We're concluding the world with a auto-scrolling airship level. These are, I mentioned a lot of these stages have been speedrunnable, and a lot of them have been. This one is not. Any not airship, but any auto-scroller. Any auto-scroller, and you kind of lose part of the speedrunning element because you can only go as fast as the screen will let you go. Also, if you miss a coin, it's really hard to go back and grab it. Because if you want it, you're going to have to backtrack the stage. So we're trying to be careful, explore appropriately so we don't have to. There's the first red coin up there. The path less likely to be traveled. Forgive some random inputs you may see. My child is in my arms and is wanting to help me play. Another power up. Let's get the fire flower. Check up there to make sure I didn't miss anything up here. Doesn't look like it. So let's go on down. There's a lot of creative ways you could quote-unquote hide red coins in this stage. Most of them's less hiding the coins and more giving you little time to react to it, like this one. That's also a little scary to go after because if you miss, you're dead. Early jump. Bad play. Oh, it's gonna take a thing. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, give me one more try. No. Hope it wasn't up there. I think this would have been a good place for it, is to do another big shell kick. Ooh, I wonder if I need to hop up here. I'm in the top section. Oh my god, with the up and down, I can't see where I am. I just know I'm on a cloud. Oh my gosh, this is hard. I have not gotten this red coin in the past runs, so that was intimidating, and I'm really lucky that gave me a fire flower since I was still small when I was jumping. This leads me to a battle with Bowser Jr., as the title may have implied. We're sticking with the kind of the theme of this stage, which was bullet bills everywhere in this boss fight, which I definitely approve of. Sticking with the theme, expanding upon it to make your boss fight. Excellent choice. Excellent choice. Kill him. Now, notice, when I killed him, he dropped a key and went away. Because I got the 3 red coins, I theoretically could just skip the boss fight with Bowser Jr. I wanted to show it off for this video, but in this stage, and any others with kind of a locked door behind a boss, which I imagine will be all of the airships, in all of those stages, you should be able to bypass the boss if you don't want to find him. The red coins will have a purpose, which I think is nice. Kind of goes along with the stage I'm developing. And that definitely is a fun way to end the first world. A lot of the issues that I had with the original 8 stages have been fixed with this kind of remake or rebuild of some of the worlds. Um, I don't really have any major issues with any of them. Goomgrass was a very good beginner stage. Kupa Brick Tunnel, although I had that one really had a slightly sneaky coin that I missed. That was just me being silly. Um, Paratrooper Puff Stools, kind of making the player be a little more careful, which was nice. Um, Still good to easy to run through, make it to the end. Molten Moat felt really good, doing about what felt pretty close to a classic Bowser castle, and having Bowser at the end, perfect conclusion. Cheep Cheep Lake, probably my least favorite of the stages, just because there's Cheep Cheeps and a lake. I'm not fond of the Cheep Cheep enemy. I'm not fond of water stages. This had both. I mean, they kind of go together. Having said, it was not badly designed. It's a little tedious for me. Part of which I think is because, can't go fast. Can't control your pace on that. Piranha Plant Park, definitely a little harder. The one red coin that was here, a little sneaky, especially if you're running through and you don't see the coin pattern before you hit it. But that's okay. I mean, you're supposed to explore to find the red coins. So I definitely do not feel bad about that one. Kind of almost wish there was something under the ground there, but I mean that's such a minor nitpick. It's a good stage. I do like that he continued the usage of side stuff in the side walls, or in the case of 1-7, doors in the big castle. Goomba Boot Camp was very clever. Again, a very tricky red coin up here. But very easily gettable if you kind of look at the preview before you go in, or if you notice the coins that are now there. And then the Bullet Fire Fleet, again, airship stage is kind of slow, not really my jam, but it's well designed. The airships actually look like an airship fleet here in the preview, with one of them going backwards. This little extra section to the left of the pipe here, even though you just see it for a little bit of a time when you come out of this pipe, I like that it's not just like a cutoff or like a half ship. It's still a nice, proper, full built ship for the purpose of, really making it fit in with everything else. These little bitty mini airships are cute. All in all, I'm really fond of this game. I'm really fond of these 8 stages. I've played through the other 8 stages once each. I've not gotten all of the coins in all of them. So next time, we will take a look at World 2, which is the desert-themed world, and we will see what awaits us there. Alright guys, this has been Elias. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.